Greetings everyone, and welcome to the Planet Ripple Logs. Today we'll cover Logs 11 and 12, Waking Parts 1 and 2. Yeah, now and then I'll have a multi-parter, even though it's pretty unnecessary when these chapters are sold together. This cover is special. This is the first drawing I ever made of Minnow, at least as we know her. I'd had some ideas for a series featuring a cyborg character, but nothing solid, until I was at a birthday party in either late 2013, early 2014, it's a little fuzzy, but it was around that time. I brought paper with me in case I got bored, which I did, and for just a moment, this look popped in my head, and I knew if I didn't sit down and draw them right then, I might forget and they'd be lost forever. It'd be a while before I thought to call the character Minnow, but I'm pretty sure I'd drawn this by then, her Volume 2 design. I'm working on Volume 11 right now, and the longer this series gets, the scarier it becomes to look back and realize how easily this character and her story could have never materialized. The delegates are staying longer than expected. Something must have happened.
Shall we attack now, Captain? No. This just means our own soldiers have more time to prepare. Keep scanning that ship. I want to capture those people when they're all in the same room, if possible. This shall be my handsomest catch in well over a decade. The Queen will once again beam with pride when she sees.
Early next morning, Minnow still has a little time to prepare for the Dauphin's second showcase. And we get our one and only glimpse of Honora's brother in the entire series. I have never drawn him again, not even in a flashback. This one panel is all he gets. I only just realized that while typing the script, and it's pretty grim. The Pristidae put on high alert when Noma spots pirates on her way to watch the show, and Minnow and the rest are notified to stay in certain rooms while the Pristidae transforms from a submersible into a full-on aircraft carrier. Early on, I'd planned to call the ship the Espadon, like the swordfish, but realized it's more of a sawfish, so Pristidae it is, to this day. Transforming allows the Pristidae to defend itself, but also traps it on the surface, making it easier for the pirates to surround. The enemy ship isn't actually attacking for the moment, but Sturgeon quickly informs Honora that these aren't just any pirates, they're the Barracuda gang, the same people we saw Hack serve in Volume 1. These pirates are even nastier than Hack's crew, their isopod-themed ship Schleichen being more of a giant robot, captained by Lubor Resnick, a name that literally means butcher. See, Hack can be brutal, but he keeps casualties low during his raids. Lubor just takes a few wealthier hostages for ransom, in this case the people here to see the demonstration, and slaughters everyone else. He used to be one of Queen Barracuda's best, but his sloppy killing has caused him to fall out of favor in recent years. She prefers Hack's approach, wanting her empire to grow, which you kinda need people for that, alive, not just their money. And this is the first time we see a proper battlesuit, the Mantis shrimp-themed Schlagen. All we've seen so far are civilian builds, even the Dauphin more of an intercept and rescue unit. Pirate Zoots are monstrous. Lubor easily taking down multiple planes by himself. Also introduced are barnacle bombs, little drones that look for a place to settle down just like real barnacle larvae, and blow up, unlike real ones. Currently they're about the size of a football, but in a couple volumes they'll be shrunk down to essentially life-sized, which are still being used in recent chapters. They quickly swarm the ship, destroying the bridge and forcing Honora to retreat to a secondary one. Minnow deactivates a couple with her electric nets, but wonders if she can take down more by just firing one of the net's rods at each bomb with a trank gun. Like with the empty crates in Log 5, Minnow's good at thinking up ways to accomplish more while minimizing damage. Despite orders to stay put and not risk the Dauphin's capture, Minnow starts clearing out the barnacle bombs before they explode, only to hear Noma's voice. "I don't believe it. They really turned you into a superhero." Minnow's motivated by those words to confront the attackers head-on, and there's a bit of tension between Danny and Noma. Danny's upset that Minnow's endangering herself and largely blames Noma for convincing Honora to bring Minnow out here. If Noma hadn't, though, Danny may never have met Minnow. And as Noma points out, Minnow's old life sucked. This was the escape. These later Volume 2 chapters blow by pretty quickly, so we're doing 2 today. Nathan catches up to Minnow where pirates are prowling, so of course, now they have this conversation.
"Minnow, I'm sorry the last several years went the way they did. I never meant to let you fall on such hard times."
Somehow I'm not so sure I buy that. There's something Kelsey said before the pirates got him. The people on the ship don't hate you. They just hate Captain Nate, and you're an easier target. And I didn't make anything of it at the time, but since I came here and made friends like Danny, I've had this little bug whispering, is this how Nathan wanted it? I get that people are short-sighted and wish Andrea would come back to life and be captain instead of you. And I don't know if you do or don't resent me for what happened to Andrea. You've never really made that clear. But I'm leaning towards the former because it seems like you've let people like Christina have a go at me so they wouldn't go all out on you.
What?
Maybe you made me a target so there'd be less negativity aimed at you. Let me be a lightning rod for the people's anger.
That would be unconscionable.
Then tell me why you let me fall to the wayside, why I wasn't important enough to look out for. I'd love to be wrong. Please tell me if I am, and your actual reasons for not protecting me like Andrea wanted. So, come on, what's your excuse? I'll accept whatever you say.
There is no excuse. I just forgot about you.
Dang, dude, that's cold. You could have at least sugarcoated that with, I just had a lot on my plate at the time. That's what most people would do. But no, you go and tell her, nah, I forgot about you because your life doesn't matter to me. That's savage, man. So a crab, a squid, and an urchin walk into a bar. Minnow swiftly overpowers them, showing a flash of the Dauphin's true potential. But one pirate she hits with a full electric net that hurts him much worse than she expected has a birthmark that Nathan recognizes. This pirate is Felix Hutchins, a Belinan, one of the people Hack took in Volume 1. Though he didn't get Kelsey's treatment, he hasn't been converted as extensively as the other two guys, whose humanity can only be glimpsed in one's eyes, and the other not at all, but he was on his way. Think about this. Minnow partly left the Belina to find and rescue its lost people, and now one of them falls into her lap and she hurts him. Minnow is now more determined to end this madness, heading topside. Though she falters getting her first glimpse at Lubor, she jumps in after Sturgeon and his backup fail to take the pirate down, whose dome is the strongest part of his entire zoot. And the chapter ends with everyone present just stunned by this strange soldier and her small strange zoot. This whole stretch of the book, we've seen Minnow escalate from small defensive actions to more proactive ones to outright taking charge. She's just sort of been winging it, feeling her way through things as this side of her slowly comes out. She's confronted pirates a couple times now with mixed results, but Waking Part 3 is her first real fight. And the big climax of these first two books, originally one book. That's it for today. Check out my books on amazon.itch.io and my Patreon page to get videos like this early, your name in the credits, behind the scenes content, a patron Discord server, signed copies of Planet Ripple, and maybe even your own LEGO Rewind episode. See you next time on the Planet Ripple Logs. Toodles!